Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So we are starting on the daily time frame. I was actually waiting a little bit to see if something exciting happens today, but we didn't really get much action on the Ethereum chart. While Bitcoin is again pushing further into all-time high territory. I talked about the ETH BTC chart in detail, let's say a few weeks back. I think it might be worth taking another quick look at the ETH BTC chart. And I mean, the potential for a reversal to the upside is definitely there. Okay, so someone asked me, ETH BTC is now deep in support, isn't it? Well, it is. It is. But next support is at 0.03. So, I mean, I'm not telling you it will reverse here. I'm rather just watching it. I'm observing it. It's an ABC structure to the downside. It's a three-wave correction at the moment. Now, that could be all of wave B. I'm not entirely sure about that. The main takeaway is once we bottom there, once we form a low, we should get a decent bounce. But I need to see some kind of evidence for a low. I'm not telling you, this is going to turn around, because the correction started in 2021. So without a setup, just adjusting resistance, without the setup on the micro level, it would be quite foolish to assume this will turn around. I mean, it can do at any point, right? We're now in support. It's a three-wave move down, and actually the wave count is full. But with a full wave count, as you might know, it doesn't mean it has to turn around. I'm simply watching now if the price gives us a first five-wave move up, followed by a three-wave pullback. And I'm extremely careful already. The last time, I mean, I think when we saw the first 1-2 setup, I had some hope. I think that when we saw the second one, I already told you, okay, it doesn't look great, but if it's not going to hold this one, I'm not going to assume that Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin in this cycle. And since then, it's just been dropping. And so I'm just like, okay, you have to prove it to me, right? And there is, at the moment, if we take a look at the 4-hour chart, I mean, there is no five-wave move up. It's just sort of moving down. I mean, this was the last chance, but I told you, look, without the next 5 waves of the larger degree, this is too small. We haven't even broken above previous significant swing highs. And I think I'm just watching the 0.03 level next, but I'm not sure if there is going to be a reaction. It's just weak, okay? It's just weak compared to Bitcoin. So that's just what I want to highlight. I mean, it is something I'm observing, and I'm not telling you it's not going to outperform Bitcoin. I mean, at some point, Ethereum will likely have a bit of a return there, but that B wave, or even something more bullish, hasn't started yet. The trend is still down, and it's worth having a look at the ETH BTC chart regularly, because again, the trend is still down. We can zoom out a little bit further. This might turn into a large triangle or something. We had a three-wave move down into the 2019 lows. We have a move to the upside that looks also more like a three-wave move up. This here is a three-wave move down, so it could turn into a triangle, right? And then maybe, in the next larger rally, Ethereum can start to outperform Bitcoin. I mean, the long-term trend seems up based on the data we have, but the problem is here it hasn't made a new high yet. Also, the first rally is only in 3 waves. That is not a definition of a long-term uptrend. We would have needed 5. So that's something definitely to be aware of. Now let's go back to the Ethereum chart. Daily chart still suggests for higher prices, or I'm still watching for higher prices and a possible target area starting at 5,727 plus. I mean, that's sort of where I'd like it to go to. There are different interpretations how it could apply here, but as I said, I would like to see one more high. Of course, there are different ways how it can get there, but the overall trend is still up from the 2022 low. Still, though, I don't like the proportions of it. I mentioned that before as well. It doesn't look clearly impulsive. This third wave is a bit short. So I'm open to other interpretations, but for now, as long as we're holding above this support area, located between 2,580 and 2,880, I'm going to watch for one more high in wave 5. So first of all, a 4th wave pullback, which for Bitcoin should happen also shortly. Hasn't started yet. Mentioned it in yesterday's video as well for Ethereum, that 4th wave should also happen on some other crypto charts. But for now, especially with Bitcoin, the direct move up is still happening. On the Ethereum chart, I would have liked to see this C wave of wave 3 as well, but it's just not happening, not at the moment. It could still happen, one more high in wave 3. But if we go down a little lower, I will assume wave 3 topped. That's why on the daily chart, I'm already showing this support area, right? Because it is something that you already need to be aware of. Now, looking at the Ethereum short-term chart, let's take a look at the ETH short-term. Here you can see that we're only moving sideways, and I mentioned it in yesterday's video already. I mean, this might be a 1-2 here. We could go higher, but it would have to be a diagonal. But now with this, I would say maybe wave 2 is still unfolding. Maybe even the wave 4 is still unfolding. This is the pattern that allows for, or the chart that shows us we could get one more high in wave C of 3. I mean, I gave Ethereum the chance, really, you know. But then people ask me, you know, why are you so bearish on Ethereum? Well, you see why. I mean, I'm not bearish, right? Don't think, but I'm skeptical. And if we compare Bitcoin, Ethereum has just not shown. It just hasn't shown what it has done in the past, right? And I just need to highlight constantly that Ethereum is lagging behind Bitcoin. It belongs to the analysis, right? Because people expect Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin at some point, but it's not happening at the moment. Okay. So I'll tell you what I'd like to see, which is also here one more high, but it's just, again, it's not showing. So it would be quite likely in a scenario in which Ethereum and Bitcoin perform in similar ways, but it's just not happening, right? Also structurally, it would actually look better with one more high, but the longer this sideways action goes, you know, the less likely I think one more high is. So we might already be directly in the wave 4. Absolutely possible. It looks like a 3-wave move up from that Friday, the 15th of November low. So yeah, I also can't make it go up, right? So it's not even so, I mean, the most annoying thing is just that sideways action. Nothing's happening here, right? But support should be clear. On the micro level, the levels are 3012 and 2887, which matter at the moment. So let me just adjust that. So like that. 3008, 2883 actually is support here. But yeah, overall, I think the levels are clear. Could still be a 1-2 setup, but then Bitcoin is already, I think, in the third. Ethereum hasn't even started the third. So I'll keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.